Okay, so a bit of a update before we get into today's map, which is Emerald City. Since I last played, I have done a bunch of owl farming. I've done a ton of leveling, and I think that's it, yeah. So I got my EV and my summoner and my hermit, I think. I can't remember if I got my hermit to level 100 last video, but these three are all level 100 now. Huntress is also level 95. Put this Tinkerer's Perfection on my hermit. And got two blaster rifles on the alt blaster rifles on Eevee now with a pumpkin. Almost 6k on the Eevee now. Two pumpkins on the summoner now as well. Almost 5k HP. Still using some pretty terrible gear on this character. Well, it's not that bad. Other than that, I leveled up a Countess because my plans for Polly have changed a little bit. I'm going to be doing the assault section with a Countess because it's very easy. Let's say that. You basically can't die with Countess's call to arms ability up. And this is the owl that I farmed so far. It's pretty nice. It doesn't have any AB1, but it's going to be good enough. So I'm settling with that. And yeah, don't have a DPS set on this character yet. I'm thinking I'll just swap... when I go through all the armor that I farmed on Infested, I'll be able to make a much better DPS set. Hopefully something with a bit more AB1. Because you do want AB1 on your Countess. Just a little bit. And yeah, I'll just swap the sets around. So yeah, I'll be using Countess for the assault section on Polly with that owl. So yeah, leveled up a Countess. And that's about it, I think. Yeah, my plan for using a Polly, Polly parrot for the Polly pet for Polly has changed. Basically, it's just not going to be worth the time. I did a little bit of testing on my main account, and just using a Lover's Cupid worked perfectly fine for the Archkraken. And in some ways it's better because my stats are kind of low. I don't really have that much HP, and I'm not willing to like play out of my mind to not take a lot of damage. So I'm just going to get a Lover's Cupid, which as far as I can tell is just a straight up upgrade from the normal desert Goblin Cupid. So yeah, I'll be using that for the Archkraken and the rest of Polly. I don't really see a need to farm any other pet. That's just going to do everything basically. And it also saves a lot of time, right? Like having to farm for a Polly is quite a bit of time investment, whereas just farming Lover's Cupid, which comes from wave 25 on Lover's Paradise. So it does mean having to do a map that isn't required to get Eternal Defender, but I think that's fine. We did Spooktacular Bay earlier on, and this isn't a map you need for Eternal Defender either, so taking a little detour on Lover's Paradise to make Polly a bit easier is fine. This is a pretty easy map as well, so it shouldn't be much... should be way better than you know, going out of my way to farm a Polly instead. So that's the plan. Oh, yeah. And that also means we don't have to do Emerald City Survival either, which is a huge deal because Emerald City Survival is way, way harder than Lover's Survival. it's harder and takes longer. So being able to cut out that from my plan is pretty big as well. So basically what's left now is, before we can do poly, is just to farm a Lover's Cupid. And maybe a little bit more armor, try and make a little bit better DPS set. So yeah, we're pretty close to being able to do poly. Hopefully fairly comfortably. But yeah, today we're going to do Emerald City, just the campaign. So yeah, I think I showed off all my stats. Oh, actually, I completely forgot about this. While doing Infested for armor, I acquired this, which is a very nice DPS honey spear. So I will be upgrading this right now. And the way you want to upgrade these is all into projectile speed and then all into range damage. So really happy with this honey spear. It's a pretty big upgrade if you want to see the comparison here. Hits for just over 600k. And the old one, 421k. So pretty big upgrade. So yeah, happy with that. This is what I'll be using for poly. And I'll see if I can use it for Emerald as well. I have no idea if this will actually reach the boss, but we'll try it out anyway. Alright, let's get into it. So this is kind of a amalgamation of a bunch of different builds. I sort of took some of my original build and a couple of survival builds to come up with this. Because of having lower stats makes this a little bit of a pain. So for here, what I'm going to do is actually put this right up against the pillar here. And I'm going to do 2 reflect beams like this. And what are we doing here? We're doing 1 lightning tower. Like there. Guess it doesn't really matter where that is on the buff beam. Although, can I fit this back here now? Yes, I can. Seed bomb tower. And a golem. And that's all I'm going to do down here for now. I will build some minions next wave, I think, though. Same thing here, just a snare strength rain. Now, the Desert Goblin Cupid boss, its projectiles do ignore reflect beams, but they don't ignore physical beams. So if you put a physical beam here, I'm sure most people know this by now, but you can block the Desert or the Goblin Cupid's projectiles with a physical beam. And then for the first wave, I'm just going to be doing a golem with, oh no, this is what we'll do. Do 1 LT, making sure that's just on the buff beam, and then a seed bomb tower. On the next wave, we'll be placing a golem there with DSTs. And then here is the last spot we need to build. And for here, I'm going to be placing my LTs right up here. Well, LTs and DSTs. So So, can I remember what I did for the first wave? I'm not sure. So it's going to be 2 LTs and then 3 DSTs. But I think I might only have for 2, yeah. So we'll have to do the rest of it next wave. I think I'm going to get on my upgrader and... whoops. And tower booster. Just because the first wave here is the most sketchy. So I'm going to stand up here with my tower booster. And just go around upgrading, I suppose. That is not what I meant to do. Start tower boosting. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to make my way, yep, down there to that crystal. Although it's not too bad. I do kind of want some mana, though. Build the rest of the towers. Looks like we got a wyvern being annoying. Oh, we got a level up as well. Not far off being 100 on this character now. Okay, so we're going to want that DST here. And then over here. We're going to place 3 DSTs for the boss. And we should... Ah. Wait, where am I? I miscalculated something. How do I not have enough DU here? Ah. I see. It's the reflect beams down here. I was doing some testing for a build on survival, and that's what those reflect beams were for. Oh, we don't need those on campaign. So yeah, golem right there, and yep, that's all the DU. Next up is a summoner. I'm not sure if I have enough mana, so I'm just going to open these 2 chests. We're going to do spiders over here, with a mage right there. And I think... oh no, yeah, we need minions over here as well. We're going to do a orc with spider mage. We're going to do 2 mages. Like that. I'm just going to switch back over to my upgrader. See if we can get this buff beam upgraded first before we start tower boosting. Yeah, now I'm going to head down here, get this upgraded. Do you have to... okay, I think we'll go over to that other core now, the south one. And just as it takes damage. And of course spiders are going to be a pain on this map. Let's see, will they follow me? Well, some of them will. Let's see, will they follow us this way? Nope. Oh, one of them will. Yeah, unless you use excessive amounts of DSTs in this location, you basically can't avoid the spiders getting stuck like that, as far as I can tell. Maybe there's some magic solution to that that I have not became aware of. Okay, so that core is still taking damage. Let's get everything upgraded here first then, because that is a bit worrying. Maybe I should put some more minions down here. I think I'll do that next wave. Oh, I haven't been tower boosting. That's not good. Okay, well. 2 spiders remain. Right, let's get those minions back up. And build a couple of new ones. So I think I'm just going to do a bunch of archers here. Okay, hopefully this goes a bit better. Maybe I should actually be tower boosting. It looks like we got all the towers upgraded there. I think I do want to upgrade these minions a little bit. Just so they do more damage, basically. Not really too worried about them dying. Let's get this area fully upgraded, since this is what we're going to be relying on most to deal with the boss. Wonder what the best area here is to shoot to get mana. Over here maybe, where the djinns come from? Seems like it. Alright, nice, we got everything upgraded here. Got spiders, ton of spiders stuck there. Let's mana bomb those. Get webbed like a trillion times. Right, now there's just a djinn that's stuck. Not quite sure why. Oh, it seems to have got him unstuck. Or not. See if that works. Okay. Nope, doesn't seem like it. My god, I mean, this map is definitely, you know, definitely an upgrade from the old Emerald City, but the way the mobs are set up on this map is just awful. If it's not spiders, it's Jinn. I mean, I guess this is why you want to be on a Jester, to wheel these stuck enemies, but that it shouldn't be a requirement, you know, to play without getting stuck enemies, to wheel on a Jester. It's pretty ridiculous. I mean, hey, I get a bunch of mana to upgrade, I guess. Alright, well, that's everything upgraded. Alright, it finally despawned. Wow, that's painful. What am I switching to? Jester. Yeah, I mean, these issues kind of naturally solve themselves with higher stats, because you can afford to place more DSTs in random directions that where mobs get stuck. But with lower stats, it's just awful. I'm very glad I will not have to farm this map, I can tell you that much. Which is kind of sad, really, because the whole point of this small Emerald City was that it was made, you know, more comfortable to farm. But it hasn't really done that. It's still just as cringe. Where is the carpet here? Is it over here? Yeah, it's over here. It looks like those minions are getting a bit low. And by low, I mean dying. I guess that mage is... Oh, it wasn't even standing outside the aura. Probably need a mage there to keep those minions alive. It was only one that died anyway, so I'm okay with that. And yeah, because of how many enemies are in these auras without dying, the auras can get pretty low. Once again, only spiders left, but not too bad this time. Alright, and for the final wave, I'm gonna just be on my tower booster and my DPS monk. Another thing that's kind of an issue with this map is that, as well as the waves being an absolute nightmare, the boss is also... You're basically forced into killing it with towers. Unless you use a DPS a very long-range DPS character, like a Huntress or a Jester with a Moonstaff or something, it is very painful to run this map if you don't have particularly high tower stats. I mean, I would not recommend running this map with lower stats than I have. More than once, anyway. Once is fine just for completion, but if you want to farm this map, it's really not fun with as low stats as I have. Little Wizard is really nice here for clearing out the wyverns at least. Not that he'll be able to actually reach the boss. But yeah. I've run this map a fair few times even with a eye pet, and even that doesn't seem to reach the boss most of the time. Alright, so boss time. Gonna stand over here with my monk. And should have ran over there with my DPS monk as well. Can I? Yeah, thank you. Alright. There's no cutscene for this one, which is nice, so there's that at least. Alright, let's see if I can reach the boss. I think I am hitting it. Kinda hard to tell, but... Alright, yep, that went really nice. Probably could have done that with way more characters in. Well, definitely could. Let's see, did we get anything? Terrible Guardian, an Emerald Halberd. Oh, yeah, well, that's what is to be expected. And, ooh, that's a nice pair of, well, not a pair, but that's a nice arm guards right there. Hmm. And that is not a very nice mask. So yeah, this map gives you can give you some good weapons. The Emerald Halberd is basically one of the best melee monk weapons in the game if you feel like playing a melee monk. The staff is a really good DPS staff. And the sword is like decent, I think. And it has accessories. These are basically the accessories from Crystalline Dimension, but they're green instead of blue. And I believe the set bonus they provide is also the same, but green crystals instead of blue crystals. Alright, so let's see. Who are we giving these braces to? Probably my adept. They are like decent DPS braces, but I don't think... I already have these. Yeah, those tower stats are like too good to give up on Apprentice, I think. $3K range now is really nice. We are losing a tiny bit of damage, but that's fine. And in fact, I think I will upgrade these. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Can I use these on anything? Doesn't have range. What do I not care about range on? Summoner, I guess, or Eevee? What are the Summoner's braces? Still using chain braces on both of those. I think I'll put those on Eevee then. Pretty nice, pretty nice. All right. So yeah, that's Emerald City taken care of. Next time, I think we will probably... Okay, so what do we have left? Pirate Invasion, Temple of Polybius, and the CR maps. So, I suppose... yeah. Next time, I think we'll do... Lover's Paradise on campaign and on survival. And then off screen, I'll just be farming Lover's Cupids until I get a decent ultimate one. And then I think we're good to do Poly. So yeah, not the next video, but then one after that should be Poly finally. Yeah, that's gonna be it.